Non-duality points out the vicious loop of our brains, of our minds. You can't find a lie from a lie. If there's a basic misunderstanding about what life is, you can't use that misunderstanding to understand what life is. I kind of like to look at it in a historical context, because that kind of clears up how we got in this situation. Because I firmly believe, and there's a lot of evidence supporting this belief, that human beings lived for thousands and thousands of years in a state of unity with nature. I mean, it's just obvious. The evolutionary specialists tell us that human beings have been, in our complete state, 80,000 to 90,000 years. It's a long, long time. And we have great examples of that. Like the most interesting thing that happened during that 80,000, 90,000 years is that a small tribe of people got down to Australia when the oceans were low. Then the oceans rose, and they lived down there almost the whole time, just being themselves. Then suddenly, white men discovered them, right? Called them savages. But really, they lived in a state of, you have to call it awesome unity that whole time, with strategies about how not to become narcissistic, with strategies about how to stay in the natural world and how to not let the thinking mind talk us into narcissism, into individuality, into not being connected. It's a fabulous, deeply spiritual, deeply scientific philosophy that's starting to be written about and brought to us. So we know that human beings are capable of living completely united with one, without this division that we experience in our heads. So when did it happen? It must have happened. It had to have happened about 12,000 years ago, in some places where individualism started happening. People started thinking that the thoughts in their brain are more important than their actual being. And then over that, stories and stories and stories built until it is such a complicated mess that you cannot possibly work through it using language and the minds, because our language is so much the problem with it. This is what's so cool about non-duality. Non-duality says, forget about it. Just forget about it. You're never gonna work your way through to the bottom of it. Well, maybe, the Buddhists, like 30 lifetimes or something, they say it takes to get enlightened. that's that's not gonna kick it these days, is it? You're never gonna get to the bottom of it. So just accept the fact that all that stuff's a mess. And accept the fact that getting rid of it is possible, doable, and needs to be done. There's a you down inside the whole mess. Now, I think we can use a lot of the native teachings to start bringing us into a habit of thinking about unity. The more we realize how interconnected we are, the more concepts kind of just start to lay down by themselves. Spending some time in nature is really, really good. Spending some time just happy is really, really good. No matter how depressed you are, just like let that drop for a little bit. Just be content for a minute and sit there and let things flow. Notice unity. Listen to it. Listen to the things that make sense around you. You'll find that they aren't really as much language. But most important, know that this is a doable thing. And our craziness is not going to get us out of craziness.